Now, listen to me carefully, because I just can't allow anyone else to make this kind of mistake. Now, back in 2018, I was on this cryptocurrency exchange, which was called Cryptopia. I don't know how many of you guys remember that exchange, but I was on this cryptocurrency exchange, Cryptopia. I was a newbie, and while I was on there, I was well aware of the blue chip cryptos like XLM and XRP. I knew that XRP was a bank coin, communication between banks. That's the future of XRP. I knew about XLM's speed in transaction and its efficiency and its cost efficiency. And so I was focused on these utility tokens, and I was even using some of them even up to this day. But I came across this Dogecoin, and I thought to myself, what is this coin? Because at the time, I think I owned some ETN, and like I said, a couple of the utility tokens. But when I came upon this Dogecoin, my first impression was, what kind of a folly is this? This is foolishness. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with this coin. So I saw it at the time. I think it had like 2 zeros. And it had it for a long period, for quite a number of months or even years. It was at the 2 zeros area. So it was pretty cheap. And I had money on the side. I had several cryptocurrencies in my holdings. So I could have even easily sold one of the cryptos that I was holding and purchased some of this Dogecoin. But you see, it had to do with my thinking. I was thinking that was like a crap coin, like straight up. That was my thinking. Not knowing that had I bought that coin, it would bring me like a tremendous return. But I didn't buy it. And you guys all know what happened back, I think it was in 2021. Dogecoin went from the 2 zeros very quickly, all because of a tweet from Elon Musk. I literally watched this coin. I actually made some money from it while it went on that run. I think that particular run is not from the 2 zeros. I mean, I could have gotten in from 2 zeros, yes, but I jumped in, I think it was from the teens, and rode it all the way up to over 50 cents. So I did make some cash on Dogecoin because I remember that run. And it was very exciting. And it was very fast. It didn't take like months or weeks. It was literally a few days, overnight. It did to make that run from, I think it was in the teens, all the way up to 69 cents. That was amazing. So I made a terrible error at that time. Hence why I'm sharing this experience, so that you guys will not experience what I experienced. So fast forward, I think it was now in 2020, same thing happens again. They made a parody of Dogecoin, which is called Shiba Inu. My first impression when I saw the Shiba Inu, I was like, what in the world is this? I'm not even going to look at this coin. That's my first impression again, because I'm thinking that if you're going to make a parody of a coin, and then the next thing that turned me off was the amount of zeros that was on Shiba Inu. At the time, I think it had about 8 or 9 zeros. And I'm telling you, I could have bought trillions of this Shiba Inu coin. But like I said, it was my thinking. I hope you guys are paying attention and taking notes. It was the way that I was thinking why I didn't purchase this Shiba Inu. Number one, I thought that it had too many zeros, and if it had too many zeros, then it must not be worth having. Does it sound familiar to some coin that you guys know currently? That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking that this coin is worthless because it has too many zeros, So I didn't pay any attention. I didn't purchase any. And to my amazement, I watched this coin exploded and created so many millionaires. And it left me in the dust, in the dirt. It left me behind, like many others, and in total regret. Now, fast forward a little bit later, I came across this coin called Pepe. Now, to be honest, I'm not really a fan of frogs, so this one was kind of predictable. You know, so I decided that, you know what, my first impression when I saw this Pepe, I mean, naturally and predictably, quite predictably, I would not be purchasing this coin. For obvious reasons. I'm just not a friend of frogs. So it would repel me immediately. And like I said, that one is predictable. So I didn't purchase this Pepe even when I saw it at the 670s area. I could have purchased it. And you would think that I would learn from my previous experiences. And, you know, one could say, all right, so if you're this guy who claims to hear from God and is a friend of God, how is it that God couldn't give you a heads up on these coins in the first place? The answer is simple, bro. My life is very adjusted. You have to see that movie, The Adjustment Bureau, to understand. With me, it's like that scripture in the Bible that says, all things work out for the good of those who love God. So certain things will most definitely not work out the way that I want it in my life. Because my life is heavily, and I do mean heavily adjusted and monitored by God and the angels and the spiritual realm. So certain things will just most definitely not occur. They will only occur when Yah wants them to occur, regardless, no matter how hard I try. And I came to that understanding. So I didn't even take it that bad, you know? So I didn't purchase any of this Pepe coin. And again, I had to watch this Pepe created so many millionaires, and I was left out again in the dust, left behind. So I say all of that to say this to you guys. Please do not make the same mistake that I did. Because if you were to think the way that I was thinking back then, when it comes to BNB Tiger and WikiCat and some of these coins that have like 10, 9, 11, 12 zeros, I tell you, it would be very egregious for you. It would have been better if you didn't even hear this message from me. I tell you. But just know that this is a straight up warning to do not be high-minded like I was. You see, because my thinking was off. And I've then since learned to change my perspective on things. Because I'd seen these coins as foolishness. But then Yah uses the foolish things. These blue chip cryptos, I'm not saying they won't make people a lot of money, but in comparison to these meme coins, in fact, the meme coins have made people the most money and have and will continue to make and create the most millionaires because they have the greatest ROI, which is return on investments. These blue chip stocks will go up like tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of percentage. But the meme coins, they have and will continue to set records. Let's talk about Shiba Inu for a second. Now, back in the year of 2021, Shiba Inu went up 46 million%. Just stop and think about that for a second. That means that someone who spent like $100 would have made like $114 million. Insanity. This one guy spent like just over $1,000 on Shiba Inu, and he became a billionaire. It also means that if you would put just $1 in it when it was at the 10 zeros, 9, 10 zeros era, you would have been a millionaire. And this wasn't taking multiple years. No. It did that run in 1 year, in 2021. That is what I call the wealth transfer. That is my definition of a wealth transfer. It's when you purchase a coin that has at least 7 zeros or more, and then that coin appreciates and eats all of those zeros. That is the wealth transfer. And that's going to happen again many times. And as regards this video, I'm speaking about one specific coin that I know for certain is going to create the most millionaires. Everyone who believes and have positioned themselves and has taken the necessary security precautions to secure their coins after they've even purchased them, because you can't go ahead and visit any shady websites, these websites that has like cookies and stuff to get your accounts compromised. You can't do that. Purchase it and secure your purchase. Everyone who has positioned themselves in this way, in this secure way, I'm telling you the truth, they're already multimillionaires without even knowing it. And so this coin that I'm talking about is BNB Tiger. Shiba Inu went up 46 million% in just 1 year. How much do you think BNB Tiger will go up? I tell you, BNB Tiger is going to far surpass that. BNB Tiger is going to set records. Because BNB Tiger is going to go up well over $1. And I know that a lot of people scoff whenever they hear that and think that it's impossible. But let me tell you right now, I know exactly how it's going to do it. Yes, I know. I know how it's going to do it. Yah has given me this wisdom and this understanding. But you see, the thing is, I couldn't tell you even if I wanted to, because then that would rob you of your opportunity to exercise your faith. And I can't do that. I can't. Because, it's written, Abraham believed God and it was credited to him as righteousness. And there's just no way I'm going to rob you of your opportunity to exercise your faith and receive your reward. So go ahead and believe. Position yourself, because it will do it. You see, and like the title of this video says, it will be all over the news. Will you be one of the millionaires that this coin creates? What did these Shiba Inu millionaires do? And these Pepe and Dogecoin multimillionaires did. The ones that Pepe, Dogecoin, and Shiba Inu created. These people. What did they do and how did they become millionaires? It's the exact same thing that you all need to do right now to become BNB Tiger multimillionaires. They bought when it was low and they just secured their purchase and left it. It was just simple as that. Some of them even forgot about it, like myself. That's the perfect strategy. You purchase it and just forget about it. I mean, every now and then you can, just to check to see if it's there, but that's it. Because I've actually lost a lot of BNB Tiger. I purchased some BNB Tiger on this exchange called BKX, I think. And then the FBI had just suddenly came and seized that exchange with all of my BNB Tiger on there. But that's why I promised, that he will restore the years that the locusts have eaten. How is he going to restore something if nothing has been stolen from you? But I said it to myself, even if they steal trillions of BNB Tiger from me, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep buying it. Because I know the future of this coin. Yah has shown it to me. I know where it's heading. So they're not going to break my spirit. They're not going to stop me at all. They could continue stealing. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to continue purchasing. So you too have to believe and position yourself. This coin, the BNB Tiger, is going to bless a lot of people, especially the ones who have a lot less. You see, it's going to make them more than the ones who have invested in the blue chip cryptos. The blue chip cryptos are going to have a lot less ROI than many of these meme coins. BNB Tiger, Kishu Inu, WikiCat, Puppets, these are going to blow people's minds. Pepe and Shiba Inu when their time comes. But first, I think that like Shiba Inu and Pepe, these coins, they must first add zeros. They must first gain some zeros. I think the best way, like I mentioned before, you want to get these at the 6 and 7 zeros, because only then, in my personal definition, that is, it will be a wealth transfer. When you purchase them at the 7 zeros, then they eat all of those zeros and you can sell in the cents or over $1. That right there is the very definition of a wealth transfer. And I'm going to make a video mentioning all of the coins that are going to go well over $1, all of these meme coins. because Pepe too is going to do it. You see, because like I said, Yah had previously granted me understanding so that I could change my mind even concerning Pepe. Because for the very fact that I didn't like frogs, that had literally blocked me from receiving that blessing. But like I said, again, that was in Yah's purpose. All things works for the good of them that loves God. And I totally understand that. I'm not angry at all. I trust in Yah, totally. But now I already know yet another coin and many other coins that are going to make people into multi-millionaires. And one of them is BNB Tiger. Shiba Inu as well, Pepe, Kishu Inu, Volt Inu, a long list of coins. So this puts us at an advantage to know beforehand where these coins are going so that we can position ourselves. So there you have it. Now you know. This coin is going to create a lot of multimillionaires. Now, that's for all of the advice and information that I plan to share with you here in this video. You guys take good care until next time. Blessings and shalom from your brother.